I learned a lot of techie things in the last
I know. A lot of questions came up in the kindergarten Zoom I just did, and I said, ask Sarah. I'm not sure. Ask Sarah.
What were they asking?
They want to be able to record in Zoom so that they can have their face show for a portion of it, and then the lesson show, and then their face come back on, and then the lesson.
Yeah, you can do that in Zoom, but I think they were using Screencastify, which you can't.
Right. So Shannon wants to try it in Zoom, but she was asking that, and I said, I don't know. Ask Sarah.
Okay. Hold on. I gotta go.
What's a cat filter?
I don't know.
Her face has cat eyes and a nose and all that. So.
Okay. Let me look.
Sarah's does?
Oh, have you been hacked?
It just was like 11 seconds. So I went in and
must be
checked.
the wrong link then.
I did the link that you just sent as a reminder.
For what?
No, this is for today's video. I just had a parent tell me, so I was just telling her that I think she has the wrong link for her video.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm gonna,
There's a cat filter? That's hysterical.
well, there is gonna be a cat filter on future videos.
I like it.
Okay, well, I might just have to delete it for now. And repost it in a few minutes. Okay. Okay. Do you guys want to start? I can figure that out later. Okay. I don't know what to put on the agenda for today. So if you have other things, let me know. But I did a quick check-in of what's going well, what needs work. And then I had some feedback from parents. So I thought we could talk about, I don't know if your families were as confused, but some of mine said they needed better directions. Especially if they needed to like go to Think Central, like we didn't really say in our like reading lesson that they needed to use Think Central to find the book. So some of my parents were super confused. And then I don't know, my other parents were still having a hard time getting the video links. So
what do you mean they said we didn't show them how to use that? I thought Bryn did it. I mean, I thought she did okay.
Yeah, but I think that they didn't know that they were supposed, when they watched the video, they didn't know that they were supposed to then go to Think Central. Like they knew they had the directions to go to Think Central, but they didn't know that they were supposed to go there to find the story.
Okay. All right.
But I mean, I
really
told them,
more specific. Yeah, be more specific.
Right. So I told them that they would know now after this because every Monday's lesson is going to be, you know, it's going to look basically the same.
Right. Well, I have the next.
Been through it once. They'll know.
I have the next reading lesson, so I'll make sure to. What I'm planning on doing is pulling up lanes and kind of like walking. Okay, now I'm going to go here, and I'll kind of just show them how to do that. Even though they have the directions too, I'll make sure for sure that they know what they're doing.
Yeah. I don't think anyone had trouble like logging into Think Central. They just didn't know to go there to find like the vocabulary words in the story.
Okay. Can do that.
So, I don't know. And I don't know if that needs to be like in the video more clear, or also if on the like document we need to put Think Central on there too.
It's just weird. I feel like I went through the vocabulary and said the student pages and everything. So
You
I
did.
don't know how
Sure.
much more clear I can be.
Yeah. No, I agree.
I don't know if parents just didn't realize that the student pages were in Think Central though. Because they were like, we don't have a textbook here. How are we supposed to find these student pages? And I was like, well, that's where you'd go to Think Central. So I don't know.
I did see those comments because I had asked Sarah last night about one in particular. So I wondered if other people were having trouble with people saying they can't.
I didn't get any comments from my parents other than when, like, through Bryn's email that went through the instructions. Some parents were having trouble going to that link, but if they went through K through 6 Think Central, they didn't have a problem at all. That was the only comment that I got.
Okay. Can you guys tell who logs on to Think Central?
Kind of. It
I was
says
just
in
curious.
progress. Like I think yesterday or the day before, it said how many were in progress, but I don't know how accurate that is. I don't know if that means they could just click on the story and not do anything with it, or if that means it's tracking how much, like if they went through the entire text.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't
I don't want you to have to try to figure that out. I was just curious if other people are having trouble, didn't know how to get into Think Central. Are they just sort of skipping it, or I don't?
Have you guys had anybody send pictures of their homework, like the pages?
yeah.
I mean, I suppose you could do the pages by listening carefully and rewatching the video. Well, I guess you can't because you have to go to Think Central to hear the story. So I guess if they did the pages, you know they read it.
Mm-hmm.
I think the biggest thing is I don't care if they don't have to do it and all that business, but I guess for those that want to log in or want to get to the video or get to Think Central, I just want to make sure that we're helping them with whatever they need. And from what I can tell, any comments that I've seen in your Facebook stuff is, I'm fixing that right now, or let me check that right now, you should be good to go, or whatever. So I know you guys are following up on all of those. I just didn't know if it was like a large number of people that were having trouble or just a couple of people, if it was user error, or if it was like something that we need to do different. I just didn't know.
I did just have one parent, and it's I did ask Joyce through an email also. It's Bentley's mom. She is doing it all from her phone, and I don't know, she has a Samsung phone, so I don't know anything about those phones, but she can't log in, and she like recorded herself doing it, and she's putting everything in right, but she can't get him in, and every time I try and log in as him, I can get him in. So the only thing I could think of was maybe it's not compatible with her phone.
Does
But
she want a device? Should we add her to the list for a Chromebook?
I've asked her, but then she just says her internet, she doesn't have good internet. So I don't know if she's just like how she's running her phone. Cause she said even on her phone, it's not great. Cause she's in a kind of rural area.
So even if, like, she has internet, so she doesn't need help like getting free internet or anything.
Right.
Those are going to be the people that are going to be the most challenging. Is there anything hard copy that we could give him? Could he take an anthology, like take a book to have the stories? I don't want to do that for everyone, but
yeah, I mean, I could offer that. I just didn't know if I should.
I mean,
One book.
yeah, I'm kind of thinking I wouldn't want to put it out there that every family can come grab a book, but
Right.
you might ask her, and if that would be helpful to her, then she could have him use the book for the story, and then he has his workbooks and stuff for the pages. And is it Think Central or is it all your videos, Bryn?
It's just Think Central.
Okay. So why don't you offer her, and if she says no, then whatever, then there's not much we can do, but I would offer her a book and just
Okay.
say, why don't we she can pick it up here. I hesitate to mail it because it'll cost a fortune, but
Oh,
we
yeah.
could even maybe drop it off. I could see if somebody would drop it off.
He is in Claire too, by the way.
He lives in Claire?
Why
Yeah,
are they in, what?
because his dad's here in Mount Pleasant and she's in Claire.
Oh, well, Stacy from David's room
Mm-hmm.
delivered 2 things to Claire for me for people who live that way, because we have some other families that live in Claire. And so she has offered to do that. So I'm guessing like Monday or Tuesday is when she would be coming to help if I had things for her to do.
Okay.
So I can ask her that.
Okay.
I mean, she might be willing to deliver it unless mom comes to Mount Pleasant and could pick it up in the office.
I'll ask her today what she would prefer.
Okay. Yeah, just offer that, and I guess that's the best we can do right now.
Yeah.
How did you guys see who was doing your lessons? Like, I pulled mine up under assignments. It says 5 out of 26 in progress, but I don't know how to click on that to find who the 5 are that did it.
From Think Central?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't even know that you could see, to be
Yeah.
honest with you.
I
It's too
think
hard to
I
see that way.
had to click on something, but who knows? It's kind of like that playing around with it.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Okay, I'm like
Okay.
clicking all over the place and it's just highlighting stuff. It's not like sending me anywhere to find out who's doing what. I was just wondering if I was missing a button.
It might be under like the actual assignment. When you see like your roster, it might have been in that section. I
Okay.
honestly don't remember. I don't have mine open right now.
Yeah, I'm clicking on that right now. Let's see if it helps. Not doing anything. Well, okay.
I think,
I figured it out if you want it.
Oh, thanks.
So on that main page where it tells you the assignments and how many are in progress,
Yeah.
click on the word assignments
Okay.
and then click on view progress. And then it tells you who has started. It has like all your kids listed.
Where do you see view progress?
Here, I'll share my screen. Let me go back. So I click on assignments,
Uh-huh.
view progress.
Ah, that doesn't come up for me.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
And then
that's weird.
if I scroll, I see everyone's name and who has started.
Oh, wait a minute. I think I know what I did. I clicked on some drop downs.
assignments and view progress.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if this helps. I like was doing some selections and I think that might have messed things up. No. Why? Hear everything. Oh, here we go. It's there now. I had to clear all the drop downs I selected. Okay. Thank you, Bryn.
Yep. I just wish we could tell like what in progress means. If that
Right.
means they just
Yeah.
opened it. Did they do the whole thing? I'm not
Well,
sure.
so here's the thing. It said only 5 out of 26 kids on that front page thing, but I'm looking at this and there's more kids that are in progress than not started on here. It's way more than 5. So I wonder what that means.
Maybe 5 actually completed it, and that's what they're counting.
Yeah, like got to the end of the book.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm seeing, way more than 5. There's probably 5 that haven't started. Maybe it's the opposite. Let me look and see how many haven't started. Nope. I don't know what that means. Oh, thank you. Anyway, that helped. At least they've logged on to it, right? We know that they got there.
Yeah.
Hey, 6 feet there, Beth. What else is on our list of things to talk about? That's it?
Oh, I
Sarah,
mean, I don't.
Sarah, did you want to bring up the stuff from school leadership team yesterday, just to make sure that they're aware of like the science website, the 2 things that we have coming up next week?
Yes, I didn't even look at the science website yet.
I actually linked some of the science lessons to my lessons. Like, so added the video from the Generation Genius that goes with the science lessons that I did for this week.
Oh, cool. All right.
Did
Well, I
you
haven't even
like-
looked at the
did you like
Generation
that?
Genius thing.
What, Erica?
Did you like the videos, Angie?
Yeah, I thought they were very entertaining.
I had the
He was
boys
cool.
watch them, and they both liked them.
He reminded me of Bill Nye the Science Guy, is
Yeah.
kind of what it reminded me of.
Fun.
I thought so too.
Hmm.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're gonna, school leadership is gonna try to host some virtual things. So we're gonna do like a coffee talk time. What did we decide on? Wednesday, the 28th? Also have like Jeremy and Erica be part of it too. Just a Zoom meeting kind of aimed more towards parents so that they can ask any questions about, managing work at home, setting up a schedule, maybe making a workplace, just kind of anything they think they might need some tips and help with, even maybe navigating like the online portion. I don't know. Just like something to keep parents engaged, but aimed more at home learning, I guess. So it's just a Zoom meeting. It'll be kind of open to anyone. We were going to have like some topic ideas and like maybe question starters, but we wanted to keep it kind of open in general so that whatever parents felt like they needed, we can not have it too
Q&A type
specific.
thing.
Yeah. Yep.
Makes sense.
Yep.
And then the other thing we're gonna do is called GimKit.
Oh yeah.
Have you
Sorry.
played those before, but it's like an online kind of trivia type questions. So at 11 o'clock next Thursday, we're gonna post, Beth and I are kind of setting that up. We're gonna do Ganyard trivia. So it's gonna be all about the staff here. And families can get on and play if they want. We're probably going to do a Facebook Live during it. We're going to set it for like just a 10-minute quick trivia thing, just to kind of have a fun activity out there for families and then see what kind of response we get. We might try it at night too, just to see, depending on what people say. So it's a mix of questions right now that we worked on yesterday and kind of all posted, but like one of the questions might be, what 2 teachers in the building have a cactus theme room? And then they'd have like 4 different possible answers that they'd have to pick from.
Wait, who else has a cactus theme room?
Yeah.
Emily Rudd.
Oh.
Yeah.
They don't even know what. No, we don't ever go down that end.
Right? So it'll be a little tricky, but I mean, you guys can all get on and play. I don't know if it'll be Monday or Tuesday. We're going to post just either a quick like YouTube tutorial or a question and answers just kind of about the GimKit program so people can, get familiar with it or whatever. But we've been playing it with Roman's class, plus we've created, everybody in our family has created their own GimKits, and then sending out links to everybody in the family. Just a fun, quick, get on and do trivia and It's fun because you can spend virtual dollars that you earn to like block each other and blur out other people's screens during the game. And so just something fun to do, but we're trying to do just different stuff with our families that aren't all, you know, academic focused right now. I think that was about it from school leadership team. Don't you think, Sarah?
Yeah. I mean, that's one we
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you guys have anything else you think we need to talk about?
I think some of my parents are a little overwhelmed with how much they need to be sending in as far as the schoolwork and pictures and all that. And so I'm just kind of leaving it up to them, but letting them know that, you know, like if your child needs like a kick in the butt and sending it to me every day is going to work for you, go ahead and do it. If you feel like they're fine, just maybe let me know a couple times a week. Because I think the people that have multiple kids are the ones that are super overwhelmed right now because they're hearing different things from other teachers and other schools, and I'm just trying to keep it simple for them. So I just wanted to make sure
Yeah.
we're
And
all
I'm trying to give parents too, like as many different options for doing that as they can. Like if you can email it to me, that's fine. But if that's too much, take a picture and text it to me or whatever works for you.
Yeah.
You know?
I even said like a sentence, like just say they completed.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Good idea. I have some parents that are literally sending a picture of every single thing they do, and I'm like, all right, if that's what you want to do, but I kind of want to just say, hey, you know, why don't you send math one week, send reading the next week. You know, you don't have to send me everything, just, you know, so that we can touch base.
Are you guys trying to give some sort of feedback to them too? Like when they send it, do you reply and say like, hey, great job, you used capital letters and periods or something? Like, okay.
Yep.
Right.
It's like to the adult that sent it, but I'm sending it to the kid. So it's kind of, I hope you share this with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I write it. Nice job, Macy. I like how you use punctuation.
Yeah.
It's to the kid.
Okay.
The only other thing I've noticed, which I don't know, I didn't think it was that difficult, but like I've had parents kind of jump ahead on accident. And I'm like, well, there's a Monday, a Tuesday, there's a whole week column. I explained before all of it started that you're going to see lots of lessons when you hop on Monday, but you only have to worry about that day. I don't know why that's confusing for some of them.
I have parents still thinking that the white supplemental packet is what they're supposed to be doing.
Yes.
Like, how is this?
I had that yesterday too. Like, we did the journeys, but how much do we do in the packet? And I'm like going through that again. So I don't know if I'm just going to have to kind of do a recap.
I am planning on taking the book out and showing them exactly like physical in my next video. Take this and do, that's why I have this page.
I did that for some of my families too, because they were like, what are we supposed to be doing in this? I think they're confused too because we sent home the close reader. Well, we haven't actually used that. So I was like taking a picture of the photocopied reader's notebook and saying, this is the booklet that you're working in.
And I'm going to talk about the close reader in the next video, just so they can know the difference between the two and what it's there for. I've been telling my parents that the close reader is another additional supplement that they can use, but I'm going to tell them what story goes with lesson 23, like basket weeding goes with Goat in the Rug. So I'm going to talk about that too.
Okay.
So
far, I just told my parents to ignore the close reader, basically. They asked about it. I'm like, just set it aside for now. We haven't even used it yet. Because I mean, I know as parents too, like, it's super confusing because to us, we know what everything is. We know what a close reader, a reader's notebook, we know Think Central, Math in Focus. Those are like all new words to our families. And they're like, wait, what? Where? I don't know. And I almost feel like the supplemental packet from the district is then more confusing because they are like, when are we using this? Or what do we have to do from here? And I'm just like, if you're doing what I'm asking you to do, I don't care if you do anything with that.
Yeah. And that's what I told my parent who just asked you, we've already went through all of her reading levels. What do you do? I said, well, right now I want you to focus on these videos. And then if you have more time, then go to ABC. Yeah, but right now you need to be doing the videos and the work pages that go with it.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
I
I
don't
think
know.
they don't know what to prioritize.
Right.
So.
And then that's why I went back onto the COL document page to make sure that the homework assignments were actually listed there too, and they are. So, I mean, we could refer back to that page and say, look, the independent practice is listed right there next to the link if you want to make sure you know what you're doing with what videos. Because it is there.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they just don't know what to prioritize, like what they
Right.
have to be doing versus what they can be doing. So.
Is that something we should put on our Facebook page? Hi, today you guys are working on reading, do pages, blah, blah, blah. I mean, send it on a
Yes, but then I also feel like too, like that's just more like
more
coming at
Read.
families
Yep.
and I don't
I don't
know.
know. I'm just trying to help them organize, but I mean,
Yeah.
you know,
I just
you have
keep
families
telling
that are
parents that I think that it'll be easier once they get into week 2 and definitely week 3, because then they'll kind of get the pattern and what, like, you know, each day is kind of going to look like. And obviously this week is rough because we're not only are, you know, we trying to work out the kinks, but they're trying to figure things out too. So
right.
I just feel bad sometimes because I feel like there's some parents that are great. Like most parents are like, thank you so much. But then I also feel like there's a lot of parents that are overwhelmed and stressed and kind of feeling like, you know, this isn't supposed to be my job to be like teaching my kids. And I almost feel like guilty for it or something. It's not my fault, but you know what I mean? Like, I just feel like I want to help them so much. I don't know. Sucks.
Yeah, our hands are tied for sure.
So
I'm just having a hard time finding balance between the class and then my own child, because it's like by the time 3 o'clock hits, like he doesn't want to start school and I don't want to start school either.
right.
But it's like I started yesterday morning at 8:30 because I was like, we just got to do it right away. And the email started like 15 minutes into my work with him. And I'm like, it's never ending.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I have Briar who needs the computer because she's doing Zooms and she works together with some of her friends sometimes on the Google Classroom to answer the questions. We're fighting over the same computer. I know, thank goodness I have my Chromebook. I can't imagine what other families are doing when they have one phone.
Lily's on a Zoom right now at the same time. She had a Zoom that started at 10. So
yeah, exactly. Scott ended up bringing a computer from work because they weren't really using it there because they're not there right now. So he ended up bringing another computer so that Blaine can work, I can work. He's still working from home most of the time too. So
yeah,
I can't imagine what families that don't have any devices are doing.
right.
Yeah. Yelling at the teacher, like Bentley's mom.
Or Caden's mom. Yeah. I think.
And it's all hours of the night.
Yep.
Yeah.
That you're
That's why
replying
I have office hours because you're sending me messages at 11 at night.
Oh, I know. I had
5 in the morning.
I had to stop in the middle of making dinner yesterday to answer. I mean, I guess I didn't have to.
No,
I have to remember that I need to probably start setting more boundaries for myself too. I don't have to stop in the middle of dinner to help someone, but I feel like I have to for some reason. So
well, you think about it, they're in the middle, they're stressing out, their kids sitting there trying to get this done. They probably wrestled them to the ground to get them to sit there in the first place, and now they're stuck.
Right.
You know, you just kind of feel obligated because you've been there, you know what it's like, and then they're frustrated dealing with this. You want to help.
Yeah. And it's in my nature to be a helper anyway. So I don't know.
Yep. I think we're all doing the same thing.
Yeah. It's definitely a new.
But like you said, it's going to get easier next week, I'm sure, once more people have.
I hope so. But I also feel too like at least a good majority of my class is kind of I don't know, like energetic and excited about at least doing it right now. I don't know if those are the right words, but like kind of like buying into it. But I wonder if like that same, if that's going to carry on. Or
Motivation.
3 weeks from now, people are going to be like, okay, we're over this. I don't know.
I'm feeling that same way with the parent communications. Like right now, they're all gung ho to reply to my text messages and emails. I'm afraid that's going to start dying down too when we have to contact them every single week. I
Right.
keep saying, I'll check in next week. I don't know if I'm going to get as many. I've gotten replies from everybody except one. But next week might not look the same.
Yep.
2 quick things. One, our devices are all packed and ready to go with the names on them. So Joe's just getting confirmation that Monday we can give them out. But my plan is that from 11 to 1, they could pick them up in the lunch drive-through. And there's a form they have to sign. And then if they can't pick them up in the lunch drive-through, or they don't pick them up in the lunch drive-through, then I have a couple of people, a couple paras who are willing to deliver. So I could have them, a few people deliver on Monday as well. So Bryn, that book could go with the deliveries if Bentley needs a book. So just keep me posted. And then if there's more kids that tell you they need a device, we have some waiting in the wings that Joe just needs to fill out the numbers so that he has them all documented, but he's got them ready to go. So just let me know if you find of another family that might need one. So far we have 20 in our building, so it's not bad. And they're all packed in giant Ziplocs with the cords and everything. And then we've got a form they have to sign that has the asset number and their student number and all this crap on it. That's one thing. Then the second thing is be thinking, just in case for fall, it came up in our meeting yesterday that there's a lot of talk of either not starting right away in the fall or starting and then having a second round that comes October, November. So what we need to do is, and I think we're already like really far into this, but we're going to need to have a very specific plan and platform. And one thing that was recommended, because if we do that, then we believe what would happen is we'd be able to count the days. So if you followed the certain guidelines for remote learning and your kids did XYZ, then we would be able to count it, if it even happens. But one thing I want you to look at when you get a chance, and either in a PLC or if you do it on your own and then discuss it, is the platform Seesaw. What I've been hearing is that Google Classroom is more difficult for DK2. And there's some little issues that maybe aren't the best. So there's some teachers at Vowels that are using Seesaw already, had been using it. And so Kim said that they're really liking it right now. And then Joe Judge brought it up to me as well as a really good option for DK2. So if we get to a point where this summer we're being told we've got to all be on the same page and that every DK2 kid has to use the same platform or however it ends up to be, I want you to at least have investigated it. And then we would look at seeing about summer training. Joe was going to look into that to see if there was any online training for it. But if there's anything you can look at now, then I guess it would be probably helpful to at least look at it. I don't want you to spend a ton of time, and I'm not asking you to start using it, but just sort of have an idea about it so that if for some reason we are told that, you would be a little bit at least informed. Are they going to take the form? Yeah, the parents have to sign a form.
Marcy, did you answer my question? I sent you a text about the GRASP forms. I didn't look at it yet.
I did. So the GRASP forms can either be dropped off in the lunch line on Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Okay.
From 11 to 1, as long as they're in an envelope and they have Caden Lux, Mrs. Henning, second grade GRASP. or whatever on the envelope. And I've already talked to the lunch ladies, and they're going to keep them in a pile and put them on Katie's desk at the end of the lunchtime, any that they get. We started an envelope in here, and Sarah's going through and organizing it. But if they can't do that, and they don't want to do that, they could always mail it to us, because we are picking up our mail at the post office now. So they could stick the money in a check and mail it to Ganyard Elementary if they prefer to do that. But
Those are due April 30th, right?
April 30th, yes, is the deadline. So they've got this week and next week. And honestly, if it was next Friday, even May 1st, we'd still take it. But yes, this week and next week. So even if you guys could put out a message to your families that anyone who took because I gave out a ton of GRASP forms, and this is a first. Like, we usually don't have near this many. I don't know if all of them will follow through and pay for it and turn them in, but we gave out a lot. So just remind your families that they either need to drop it in the lunch line or stick it in the snail mail, and that we need it by next Friday. Because then we have to go through, they make the checks out to Ganyard. So then we have to go through and document it all, send everything to GRASP, and we have to write a separate check to GRASP and deposit all that money. It's weird. But that's how they get a better deal. If they order it online themselves, it's quite a bit more expensive.
Okie dokie.
Anything else for me?
I don't know. Is there anything else for us?
Marcy,
I'm just
if
struggling because I feel like the normal things that you would have on your agenda to talk about, we don't. Like, we're not talking about student behaviors. We're not talking about data. Like, I kind of changed our agenda because I didn't even know, like,
I know.
I don't know.
Well, I want to know, as far as this family contact thing, like, what exactly are we looking for? Like, if we just send out a text and they don't reply, does that count as a contact? Or are we just marking that down, no reply or left message?
I think you're looking for more not contact, right? You're looking for people who are not regularly communicating with you.
So with Logan Mazer, for example, I dropped off his stuff. We haven't seen hide nor hair of him. That's the only one I haven't talked to. Should we be like highlighting those for Katie or somebody to investigate?
Yeah, you know what? That might be a good idea, because I do want to get Justin involved if needed. Like, we have the tribal police are looking for Jessica Jackson. So we've got that going. We've got the tribal advocates looking for Anthony Jackson from kindergarten. So any kids that you've texted, you've emailed, or you've called, or you know, you can tell whether they are on your Facebook stuff, or like Angie delivered a packet, still didn't see the family. Document that you went there, dropped off a packet, no family there. I texted them, no response. Document those, and that way that's going to help me when we start looking. Katie and I will start looking at those early next week, so that we give it this week to see.
How do you want us to document that, though? Like, there's a lot of information on my contact page. Do you want me to just highlight his name on Friday if I still haven't gotten any contact?
Yeah,
so
that's
that
a
when
good
you pull
idea.
those up, you can just look and see in the highlights.
Yep, I could tell that to the other grades too. That's a really good idea.
Yeah, I was gonna say, maybe Marcy, like on Friday, you need to say, like, can you send me the names of anyone that you know, you've not had any contact with this week?
All right.
Or, you know, just on that contact thing, like, go to each page and see if anybody's highlighted that you need to look into. Either way, I mean, we can email Katie or whatever.
Well, or we can pull them up and look at them, but the highlighting piece would be super helpful. So I'm making a note right now, and I'm going to send that out so that everybody does that.
Bless you.
Bless you.
I have the COVID.
Marcy, did Therese mom ever call the office yesterday?
She came and picked up her packet on Monday.
Okay, so she,
Or
no.
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
It was Tuesday.
She
Yeah,
did
but
come in
she's
and get
still
it.
not
Okay.
responding to any of my stuff.
Sarah Burkhart had such a hard time understanding what she was saying when she came to pick that up. I was wondering if she even spoke English.
Great.
Wow. She was really good at first. She was actually like writing me back and forth multiple times a day, and then it just stopped.
Just keep trying, and then she could be one that
For one
we
time.
have to pay a visit to.
Yeah,
That
because like I said,
That
I
must have
offered
been
to
her
drop
mom
her
that
stuff
picked it
off.
up. Because I talked to her one time at a conference and she spoke English very well.
I agree.
She's high.
Yeah, if she's on drugs.
Was she what? I mean, she's white, right?
Yeah, but if she's doing drugs.
No!
Doesn't
No,
matter
but
what color you are if you're doing drugs.
Person. I know what you're saying, but I want
Oh,
I think
God.
she's white.
This is all being recorded, you know.
I know
That's
that it was the same person, whether high or not, that picked it up.
It was Brooke that came here.
It was her mother. You do know that. Okay.
Yeah.
Which, how did she get there? Because she told me she didn't have transportation, and that's why I offered to bring it to her.
I don't know if somebody drove her, but Beth and Erica tried to wasn't it Beth that tried to take it over there?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And we couldn't, you can't get into the apartment complex because it's locked.
It's right by the high school.
Yeah.
Trying to call her. And then that night, I swear to God, it was pure luck that I was scrolling through your Facebook stuff, Bryn, and she was on there. That's Saray's pencil box. And I'm like, oh!
And that's what she cares about, her pencil box.
I
That's
know.
the holler.
Aw.
I know.
Doesn't respond to anything else but the pencil box.
I know. So anyway, I don't think she signed up for a device though, did she?
I've been asking her. She's not getting back to me.
Okay.
I even tried Facebook Messenger, and still she hasn't even read the message, because you can tell when people have read them. I've left voicemails.
Saray.
I've done emails.
I just love Saray, and I just feel so bad for her.
Yeah. Well, it's like
Saray
I
has
said,
Saray
moved up
fit
a lot
into your
this year
family
compared
really
to first
well.
grade. A lot. She's so much better.
Oh, I know. Sarah, if you just adopted her, your girls would just like handle her. She's the sweetest girl.
I could adopt her and then she could come over and she could be a little mother to the boys.
She could. She would.
with
I
a
know.
little sass added on the side.
I know.
Hey, she would take after her new mama. Little
Exactly. Yep. So I guess as far as like things to do for like your PLCs and your discussions, looking at Seesaw, trying to understand that a little bit. That Generation Genius Science, I paid for that. So those videos and lesson plans are out there, and I'm going to ask for feedback on that at some point, just to know whether to buy it for next year. Thinking about class.
Did you
we're
hear
gonna have-
that? Were you here when Angie said she did use that for her science lesson for tomorrow?
Oh no.
I did a science lesson, but then added the link at the end to Generation Genius that goes with it. So
Okay, sweet. So
there's actually 3 different videos that went along with plants and interdependent, relationships and ecosystems. The last one is a little bit far-fetched. It's more for 3 through 5, so I did put optional in that one.
okay.
It goes along with it. It's just a little bit more advanced, but I put 3 different Generation Genius links onto the COL.
Okay, so any information that you find out about it or how you think it went, all that kind of stuff, that'd be awesome to get feedback at some point. I'm not in a rush for it or anything like that. We also have to start thinking about
I got to tell you right now, I think there's a lot more meat to it than what the National Geographic stuff that we've got.
that's exactly what Kim Bishop said too.
Yeah.
So
I mean, you know how we're supposed to be doing 15 to 20 minute lessons? I was literally like pulling things from my house just to give a 5-minute lesson in science. I put 3 different lessons together and I don't know if I made it to 10 minutes.
Wow.
So there's nothing of any substance. It's basically talking about the pictures that you see on those lessons. That's all it is.
In National Geographic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Start using the other one then. I'm great with that.
I mean, I'm just saying if you are paying for National Geographic, you might want to reconsider where
I
your
need to
funds are
find
going.
that out. I don't know what that looks like, but I can ask Joyce.
What do you guys think about that?
What?
The National Geographic, what we use for science.
Not a big fan of it. I'm not opposed to it, but it's not meaty enough. There's not enough there, not enough substance to even make it a science lesson in my classroom. So
right.
I'm glad to have something else. Marcy, when we're looking at the Seesaw, so are we looking at that platform in case we're in this same situation in the fall where we have to go to all distance? Okay.
It's actually a really good site though to even use, even if we're not in this situation.
Yeah, right.
They use it to track behavior in their schools, to just have a good communication, to be able to show, your kids can get on there and show projects that they've done in the classroom. They can videotape themselves, and not everybody in your whole room can see it, but their parents can go on and check their assignments that way.
Yeah, I've heard of it
That's like a
before, but I've
one-stop
never
shop.
really used it.
Yeah. Marcy, if you would like, a lot of people in our RESD use it. We've talked a lot about it during Early Literacy Now. I could see if one of the girls who's been using it for years now, if they'd be willing to do like a Zoom call, and anybody who would want to get on.
That's a great idea.
Tell us some of the stuff that they've done and maybe show us theirs and how they use it.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Okay.
As far as the fall, are they making any plans for, if we do come back face to face, as far as like keeping kids separated, staggering our lunches, like things like that, or have we not really? I don't know.
We haven't gotten that in depth yet, but what they've said is
You need to
keep
change
it on our
that.
radar that we need to be making a plan, or at least coming up with some ideas with our teachers of what that would look like. And so a common platform was one of the things that we talked about. And then if it was a hybrid model, like some is remote learning, but you came to school 2 days a week and with different classrooms being allowed to be here or something. I'm hoping that we don't have to do any of that, but just in case, we'd like to have a good plan. So I guess just kind of keeping that on your radar.
Like the cats are going crazy.
Yeah.
There's so many distractions.
Hey, one question.
That's how I feel in my videos.
The cats are running around crazy. The trash smells really bad. Lily's making breakfast. So much happening.
That's okay. Did you guys posted the music video from Melanie, right?
I didn't
It
post
was-
it separately.
I didn't
posted
post
on
it. It was
document.
on the COL.
Yeah.
Okay, right. So it's on there and parents can get to it?
I think, yeah.
Be able to.
Once you click the link,
And I walked her through how to change the settings so that everyone can access it, anyone with a link.
Okay.
I feel like that's the place where some of my parents have had trouble. Like, I think that's why Mindy Lux was having trouble, because I still feel like even though it's set to anyone who has the link, I still think that there's some issues if you don't have a Google account or if you're logged in funny. So I think I'm going to change my videos instead of pulling the video right from my Google Drive. I think I am going to upload it to my YouTube account and put it through the SafeTube and do it that way instead.
Okay.
well, I haven't done that yet. Is that something I need to learn how to do?
Did
I
you
mean,
notice, let me ask really quick so I can respond to Kim. Is there a watermark on it that, you know what I mean by that? Like you know how it says like draft or whatever. I don't know what it says, but like like plastered on the video?
I don't think so.
All right.
On the music video link?
Can we pull it up, you guys? Can we share screen and pull it up?
I'm trying to find the,
Is anyone on that?
I have mine open. If I can get to it.
I think I have mine open too.
Mine just keeps going to my,
Mine's fine. I'm playing it right now.
there's no watermark on it?
I don't think so. It's in SafeTube.
That's right. Stephanie changed it, right?
Yeah.
wasn't it
Here,
open?
do you want me to, I have it playing right now.
You gonna share your screen, Sarah?
Yeah, I'm working on it. Hold on.
Oh.
There's nothing on it.
Okay. I'm gonna tell her that then.
Seems fine to me.
Okay, perfect. All right.
All right, well, I'm supposed to now go up to Ganyard for my work time and I gotta get my student stuff together. And I've gotta figure out this math video for today and repost the link because I messed it up somehow. So if we don't have anything else to talk about, I have more work to do.
I don't. If
Okay,
you have questions, just send them my way and I will send out the email about highlighting the names.
okay,
All right.
That
Have a great
idea.
rest of your day.
Thank you. Bye, guys.
bye.